We hope you enjoy this audio-only podcast. You can watch the full video versions on our YouTube channel at All Things Unexplained. There we share visuals, documents, and extended discussions you won't hear anywhere else. While you're there, be sure to subscribe so you never miss a new video. But for now, enjoy this audio version of All Things Unexplained.
All Things Unexplained.
So some of that, I think, sir, we'll save for closed session.
All right, Unexplained Ones, this is Dr. Mounts, and welcome back to All Things Unexplained. This episode, I've got a strange update in the Monica Reza missing persons case. But first, if you could hit the subscribe button, and don't be intimidated by that word subscribe because we are absolutely free. It's one of the best ways you can support the channel. We do weekly content on aliens, Bigfoot, UFOs, astrophysics, and everything in between. So if that sort of thing is for you, hit the subscribe button. And if you also comment on the videos, that will enter you into a chance at our giveaways. So first, subscribe to All Things Unexplained, then leave a comment. That's it. You'll be entered into our giveaways. We'll get into that more at the end of the video, and thanks for being a part of the Unexplained Ones. And speaking of the giveaways, I actually want to highlight some comments on some recent videos. I read all your comments, and I really appreciate them. So I think it's time I highlight some comments and give some things away. Let's start with listener Culty Botics, who was commenting on my DOJ update on Monica Reza. And Culty Botics said, / looks like this. And Culty Botics, you are exactly right. I was going over the website for Monica's new listing on the California DOJ missing persons site, which All Things Unexplained, in coordination with the California DOJ, Attorney General, and LA Sheriff's Office, helped get Monica a listing there. And I've got the website on the screen now. And to read it appropriately, it is oag.ca.gov/missing/Monica-Jacinto-Reza. You can also Google California DOJ missing person, click on the missing person search, scroll down to the search bar, type in Reza, click search, and there you'll get a link to the Monica Jacinto Reza page. This picture was sent in by All Things Unexplained. So, Culty Botics, send me an email to allthingsunexplained@yahoo.com and I will get something on the way to you. The next comment I want to highlight was on my video about subterranean areas near sensitive U.S. sites, and this came from Sci-Fi No More. They said, thanks for investigating the subterranean areas. Are the good guy UAP helping us find certain rare earth minerals? Are we mining such materials to finish building a planetary defense system? I found a paper published on October 1st, 2012, where scientists already designed a solar-pumped lasers target orbiting spacecraft formation system. Their design is more sophisticated than the primitive brute force cislunar system I mentioned under one of your other videos. Sci-Fi No More, thanks for that comment. I will say that there have been rumors for quite a while about UAP's interest in gold, among other rare earth minerals and elements and such, not to mention nuclear. UAPs seem to have an interest, for whatever reason, in nuclear. And there have been reports lately, of course, of our military actually luring in UAP into our sensitive sites. So, not a matter of them necessarily invading our sites, but actually us luring them into the sites, which raises all kinds of questions. So Sci-Fi No More, thanks for that. Shoot me an email, allthingsunexplained@yahoo.com. I'll get up with you about sending something your way. And my last comment I'm going to highlight, I'm going to send them a special signed edition of Orbit by our friend Lee Starks. This is a riveting book about a UFO crash retrieval team. And let me tell you, Lee Starks is the real deal. We have visited UFO crash sites ourselves, and hopefully we can tell you a lot more about that one day. But I want to get a signed copy of Orbit out to NeuroVX. Neuro commented on one of my Melissa Casias updates. Dr. Mounts, thanks for the update. Melissa's family attorney still pushes for forensics on the pill. What is very important is the clothes found with blood. This blood needs to be tested, both DNA and splatter and the blood on the ground. I find unusual, as doesn't this get washed away with the weather unless the area is shaded by a tree? There was so much wrong with this case. For example, the cadaver and sniffer dogs should have been brought into the home. Neighbors' cameras checked all missing opportunities of evidence. I couldn't agree more. Nero, you know my email, allthingsunexplained@yahoo.com. So I'm going to be getting up with you about a signed copy of Orbit by our friend Lee Starks. He's the real deal. You're going to enjoy this book a lot. And Nero, you're exactly right about this Melissa Casias case. All Things Unexplained. I spoke to the family attorney, and basically that scene where her body was discovered, completely disrespected, it appears, by law enforcement, who it seems showed up and they were eating on the scene, left food on the scene, left trash on the scene. And this is just a complete breach of crime scene protocols. It's also just an utter lack of respect. And that's what the family attorney really highlighted with me when I spoke to him on the phone, was that the locals believe the police just aren't taking many of these cases seriously. And this is not the only case in the area. Melissa Casias, a woman of Native heritage. There have been other cases there that I'm going to highlight soon of Native women that disappeared, and their cases were essentially uninvestigated by law enforcement. The locals really believe there's some strange things at play. This is from the attorney, David Adams, and he told me the locals, they say some very strange things are going on, and they wonder if there might even be a serial killer. All right, now let's get into our strange Monica Reza update. Monica, of course, went missing last summer in the Angeles National Forest in California. As I said, All Things Unexplained, we helped get Monica listed on the California DOJ missing person site. We also discovered via FOIA request that the Monica Reza case is an active, ongoing criminal investigation, and we've talked quite a bit about that on this channel. For this update, I want to give a shout out to Linda TH7, that's at Dragon Flinda on X. Give her a follow and check out her work. And she reminded me about this strange update on the Monica Reza case. There's some information involved with this update that I'm going to be redacting, but it is publicly discoverable. I'm just going to redact it on my end here. Obviously, if you want to look more into this, you're certainly welcome to. So Monica Reza went missing on June 22nd in the Angeles National Forest. She remains missing to this day, but just a couple of weeks after she went missing, someone posted an online obituary for Monica Reza. And whoever did this even listed her death as June 22nd, 2025. That's the same day she went missing. The email of the person that made this listing, I'm going to mostly redact it, but it ended with .nc@gmail.com. Did that NC stand for North Carolina? Maybe. It's a strange coincidence for sure, because All Things Unexplained Studios is based out of North Carolina. And you can see at the time of this original posting, whoever uploaded this obituary to findagrave.com, they included one photograph and one, quote, flower. You can kind of give online flowers, sort of a tribute on these obituaries online. And here's a screenshot from that original listing. And you see created by, I'm going to redact the first part, .nc@gmail.com. And this obituary was added originally on July 10th, 2025. It's just a strange thing to do for someone that has just went missing. It feels weird to put an obituary online for someone that is missing. At least it does to me, and I know I'm not the only one. Linda, who I talked about on X that you need to follow, she believes that this needs to be reported to the authorities. Have they looked into the person who posted this obituary? I don't know. I'm trying to find that out. But it is an odd thing to do. And maybe we'll gain a little more clarity of thought on that as I go over this next part. Because that obituary that was originally posted with her death, at some point it was taken down. So that obituary definitely went offline. However, I just discovered right before making this video that that obituary is back. So if you Google find a grave and type in this ID number, 284801882, you're going to get taken to an updated Find a Grave obituary for Monica Andrea Jacinto Reza. You can see it's been tweaked just a little bit, has a different cover image, but this is the same ID, and now it lists the date of death as unknown, and it says burial details unknown. It says Monica Reza, 60, was last seen on June 22nd, 2025, around 9:10 a.m. as she set out for a hike in Angeles National Forest, and her last known location was near the Mount Waterman area at 6,000 Foot Gate on Angeles Crest Highway. It lists her family members, her parents. It now has 3 photos and 2 flowers. And if I scroll all the way to the bottom, I see that this was also created or updated, that is, by the same person that uploaded the original obituary. If I click on flowers, someone has left an in memory tribute. They left this on July 20th, 2026. So that was just 4 days ago. Again, Monica Reza is still missing. She has not been declared dead. Her body has not been found. We do not know what happened to her. And someone did post on March 25th, 2026, Monica has not been declared dead. No body has been found or recovered. Monica Reza is director of the Materials Processing Group at NASA JPL and has ties with recently missing Air Force General William McCasland, both associated with UFOs. And of course, we have certainly talked about this on All Things Unexplained. I'm going to go to the photos section. There's 3 photos. We see the original photo listed of Monica. A second photo of her hiking is shown. And a third photo, which caught my attention, is here. By the way, all 3 of these are added by the same person who created the obituary. And this latest was added as recently as May 2nd, 2026. So whoever made this obituary added 2 more photos in May, so not that long ago. And this photo here actually really captured my attention. I had never seen this photograph before, so I did a reverse Google image search of this photograph, and I found the more complete image here. And this is a very important photograph, I think, because I want you to pay attention to what she's wearing here. For example, the hat, the backpack, the shoes. I don't know exactly when this photograph was taken or where, but it's definitely her hiking, and I get the feeling it was a very recent photograph. And as I did a little more research into the photograph, I was led to an Instagram page called Help Find Monica Reza. I had never come across this page until today. And here you see the Help Find Monica Reza Instagram page. This is not an endorsement of this page. I don't know if they're officially linked to the search for Monica Reza, but they have seemed to have posted a lot of useful information. For example, this post here, it's a flyer that says Help Find Monica. And I know they've posted about some official searches here for Monica on this page. This post from November 3rd, 2025, they were forming a search party. They were calling for experienced hikers, mountaineers, and canyoneers to search for missing hiker Monica Reza. But pay attention to what it says here. Last seen wearing. And it shows a backpack, a visor, and a pair of hiking boots. And just check these out here real quick. It's like a bluish backpack with kind of red and gray straps, a maroon reddish visor, and some gray white hiking boots with some sort of blue purple soles. And these items do appear to match the photograph that I was just showing. I'll bring this photograph back up now. Here's the photograph of Monica with the dog. And you can see it certainly appears to be the exact same visor, the exact same backpack, and the exact same hiking boots. So who posted this mysterious obituary about 2 weeks after Monica Reza went missing? I went to this user's profile on findagrave.com, and I noticed that they have contributed 190 memorials. They've added 367 photographs and 49 flowers, they manage 191 memorials. So with this being the case, I want to circle back to what I was saying earlier. Have investigators looked into this person's listing of the obituary for Monica Reza? I don't know, but given the fact that they have added so many memorials to findagrave.com, this seems to be just something they do for some reason, and I just don't know how much there is to be gained from looking too deep into this situation. I want to remind everybody that the leading investigating agency in the Monica Reza case is the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Office. If you have any information, contact them at 323-890-5500. That's 323-890-5500. All right, Unexplained Ones, let's get into this giveaway stuff before I let you go. We've got a lot of great stuff to give away, like signed books by best-selling author Patricia Cornwell, Disney author David Koning, Bev Vincent, who writes in the Stephen King multiverse, friend of the show Lee Starks, Colonel Drew Miller, and much more. Just be a sub, it's free, leave a comment, and that's all it takes to be entered into the giveaways. And I really appreciate you being a part of the Unexplained Ones. I want to let you know you can join me live tomorrow night. That's Saturday night, July 25th at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'll be a guest on the Calling All Beings podcast, and we're going to be going over conspiracy theories. That'll be streaming live on the Calling All Beings YouTube channel and on All Things Unexplained. So please join us. Join us in the chat. I would love to hear from all the Unexplained Ones in this terrific podcast. I think that tomorrow I'm going to have an update on the General Neil McCasland case. I've got a couple of guests coming on All Things Unexplained soon. One is the legendary UFO researcher Kevin Randall. He's going to be coming on to discuss his new book. That's UFO Sightings and Alien Visitations, Facts and Falsehoods by Kevin Randall. I'm also going to be joined by astrophysicist Jenny Lorraine Nilsson. She's doing mind-boggling research. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about General McCasland and much more. But until next time, I'm Dr. Mounts. Take some time this weekend to get off your screens, head outside, enjoy the woods, look up at the sky. You may not find a Bigfoot, you may not spot a UFO, but you might just find the most important thing of all out there, and that's yourself. Take care, everybody.
All things unexplained.
So some of that I think, sir, will save for close session.